What's going on, guys? So today I had a question asked about long irons, hybrids. They're hit very similar, and we'll get more into what I think you should be playing based on your club head speed. But to learn more about that, make sure you like and comment below and subscribe to the channel and tell me what you're thinking about, as we're dumping more content every day to get you guys better with your game. Let's go to work. Okay, gang, so long irons, hybrids, that bucket. Now, a lot of you guys have to decide where you cut your irons off. And so kind of something to think about and consider is, in this era of iron technology, most of y'all probably don't need to go past a 5-iron or a 6-iron, because the lofts are so strong now that like a pitching wedge in a Callaway Rogue ST Max is 41. That is literally as strong as my 8-iron. So with irons getting this strong, it's really not even relevant what the number is on the bottom, unless once you look it up on the website under the spec sheet. So think about that before you start wondering about where your hybrid should start too, because that's going to affect the numbering of your hybrids. So a lot of times there's like 3, 4, 5 hybrids. Don't necessarily mean they're going to take place of your 3, 4, and 5 iron anymore, right? So just kind of keep that in the back of your head. So the old school model was basing it on your club head speed, kind of dictated whether you could carry a 3-iron or not. If you could get a club head speed over 105, 3-iron was good to go. So I'll tell you, with me, even me hitting a solid 3-iron, it seems more difficult than to hit like a hybrid 3-iron. Now the issue is that hybrid 3-irons are hard to get stiff enough, heavy enough so I don't hook it. So the only reason why I would go to a 3-iron over a 3 hybrid is because I like the fact that I don't feel like I'm going to hook a hybrid, or sorry, I don't feel like I'm going to hook a 3-iron as much as I'm going to hook a hybrid. The flight's more the problem. I have a hard time getting 3-iron up in the air. But there's some set of things we can do to help that, and there's some set of things that I do to help that. So 105 plus, you can play a 3-iron if you want. You can play a hybrid. Driving iron is probably what's going in the bag for me next season. I'm getting away from a 3-iron, but more of a like a UDI or something like that from TaylorMade. 105 to 95, 4-iron's your stopping point. 95, 85, 5-iron should be your stopping point, and under 85, you should probably be stopping at about a 6-iron, especially in today's lofts. So hopefully that helps you kind of get an idea of what club you should be stopping at on the top side of your bag and filling in with hybrids later. With that being said, let's talk about how to hit long irons. So I usually like to have these 4 balls in this orange stick. The goal is to get my feet relatively even to the orange stick, and that way I have a consistent ball position to start with. As I widen, my feet are wider, but the ball positions are still there. The orange stick's still in the middle, and I can put the golf ball in the right place. So typically for me, the 3rd golf ball is a good 4-iron starting point. I like getting my feet a little bit wider when I get into long iron stances. And let's see what kind of shot I can pull off with this ball position. So all in all, I would give that a B+. It was a little toey, but it was on line. So I'm gonna move the ball back in my ball position and see what happens. And so we don't want to move the golf balls a lot. So I'm only gonna move it back a half a golf ball. Feet are still gonna be even, feet are still gonna be wide, and now we're gonna give it a run. So that golf ball came off a lot cleaner. That half a golf ball back was a lot better for the way I'm swinging it today. And that 3rd golf ball was probably too far forward. So that's why, as the ball moved up, I tended to toe it on that first swing. As I moved it back, my golf club's still going out. I got it more in the center of the face. So I probably had my 4-iron playing a little bit too far up in my stance, which, if you're watching the stuff with Zach and I when I was at Live, that's what happened to me there. Ball position got too far forward. So we're gonna get set up again. Good wide feet. Going at ball position 2.5. Lasered another 4-iron. So that's gonna be the ball position for the day. As I can figure that out, I can play around with it. Now, what happens if I wanna hit it higher? This golf ball is cracked. So a lot of people will tell you to put this golf ball up in your stance. Well, problem with that is, as you just saw, I moved it up in my stance and I started to toe it. So I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my grip, take my same stance, feet same width apart, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a side bend to the right while the ball's still in the same place, and that ball doubled its height. So by not even having to move the golf ball, I was able to hit it a lot higher than I was from the original ball position. And all I did was add a bend. I didn't move the golf ball, right? So that's going to be important as you go into long irons, is that you don't have to move the golf ball around that much to hit the longer iron. Now, here's where you're probably going to struggle from a swing planing perspective. If you are already a little bit steepish in your downswing, you're gonna have issues with the longer stick. So I have a very simple fix that as the club get longer, into those hybrid long irons that you can set up to facilitate that over the top-ish move or that slightly steepened move that you have that's not gonna let you hit the long irons. Because if you can't hit long irons, that's probably what's happening. I haven't met anybody that's too shallow hitting a long iron, having problems with their long irons. Usually they struggle with the shorter stuff. So let's talk about that. So this last part's a little tricky for me because I don't have this problem, but I'm gonna try and highlight for you. So I'll probably hit a hook here, not trying to hit it too hooky, but that's probably what's gonna happen. Now, the issue becomes if you see the golf club steepen, what I call the guillotine plane, and instead of trying to reroute your longer stuff, let's just move things around a little bit. So you get your normal setup. So we get in here to hit, and now, instead of trying to monkey around with my golf club, all I'm gonna do is pull my right foot back so that my toe hits the front of my lace, and then I'm gonna eat up all that space to the inside. So I might feel like I have to stand a little closer, like I said I do there, right? Eat up that little bit of space towards my right toe and send it. The trick to this tip, I actually hit that really good. The trick to this tip is that instead of twisting left, you're only just getting set and moving your right leg out of the way so you can get that over the plane move that's creating problems with your long irons more from the inside. And you might feel like you have to get a little closer because as you pull this foot away, you're getting some distance from the golf ball. And that's the quick fix to fixing the hybrids. So you have those three things to consider. Where should you cut off your longest iron? Where does the ball position need to go to find the center of the face? And if you're an over-the-top steepener, pull the back foot away, not twist, just pull it away, and now it'll give you a better chance to hit more successful long irons in your future. And I hope this tip helps you out. We'll see you when we see you guys. Till next time.